So Kanye West shows a video of a Grammy being in the toilet and him pissing on it. So let's talk about it. The subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check our music and entertainment playlist. Also, Hit Boy says that Kanye West stopped basically messing with him after he worked with Beyonce. So he did a lot of production with Kanye. I think he did Niggas in Paris, Click. So he did a lot of production. Um, but he put his differences to the side with Kanye to say that the record business has been messing over rap and R&B artists for a long time. I think he said he's been in the game since 19 years old, and he got one of the worst publishing deals. They talked about um, Sony Music, and also Kanye put his contract up with Def Jam, Island Def Jam, and all this stuff. And they were kind of talking about how they had bad contracts and Kanye trying to reveal that. But I mean, most of us who've been following, music for a long time, we know New Edition, TLC, Ice Cube, NWA. It's been a ton of people throughout the course of time who had bad contracts. Snoop Dogg in the Dog Pound with Def Jam, and you see all these really, really bad contracts where you know these dudes don't own a publishing and this, that, and the third. So it is not nothing new. People saying that Kanye is saying some things that maybe these new millennial babies don't know about, but we've been knowing rap and hip hop artists been or R&B and hip hop artists has been basically getting the raw end of deals for a long time in the music industry, man. So to me, it ain't nothing new. He put his contract up and pissed on a Grammy, and people think he going crazy. He just bringing something to light that's been an issue for a long time. And a lot of these young dudes, is getting messed over too. They signing these 360s like deals. Like YoungBoy said, he tried to say he'd do his next 4 albums for free. I think he said for his label to give him his publishing. His label said no. These dudes sign their publishing away and their royalties away, and they don't get them back till they 50 years old and this, that, and the third, and it's just bad deals all the way around. Kanye, I guess, tried to expose that Drake and Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole had bad deals and said he wanted to sit down and talk to him. They smart enough to stay away from Kanye because they know Kanye is probably on his last rope, because they didn't reprogrammed his mind so many damn times, and I think they might be on their last little leg with Kanye, but he ain't going crazy. He know what he's talking about. He put his record label up there, business up there. You owe the label so much money. They give you an advance. They want to recoup the advance and all that different type of stuff. And one thing I noticed is that, I never really heard about country stars and pop stars and rock and roll stars going through the things that, hip hop artists go through. And I don't know if I'm just ignorant to that because I don't really listen to that type of music, but do they go through the same thing that these black artists go through? I don't really think to that extent, but record business is meant to keep you broke. A lot of you guys think these Migo dudes out here and they own their name. They don't even own their name. You think these dudes out here with the jewelry. Most rappers broke. You know what I'm saying? Especially through the first 2 or 3, years or albums. So, and your average rapper don't really have more than really 2 or good 3 albums. Before they transition into going broke or transition to real estate or transition to the music or movie business. But I find it funny that, Kanye is sitting there begging for Jay-Z to talk to him again. But then again, he split from, he started working with Hit Boy because he worked with Beyonce. I find that just kind of funny as well. But I think Kanye is revealing a lot of truth to people who don't know the record business on hip hop things aside. And a lot of these dudes got bad deals. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes got these 360 deals and don't own their publishing. And Kanye trying to get people to realize, but a lot of times it's too late. You think, Universal, Sony, Interscope, ripping up contracts. Only Master P was ripping up contracts, letting people go. Even RZA didn't release, the Wu-Tang clan from the Wu-Tang production without taking them to court. You know what I'm saying? So, other than Master P letting people walk, and be scot-free, ain't nobody else in the record business doing this. Kanye can help artists that's independent or artists that's about to sign a record deal get a good deal. That's what Master P did. Master P said he took $25,000, paid it to Michael Jackson's lawyer, and he showed him how to get a good record deal. And look at Master P. He went in the long run. Master P didn't take the smoke and the mirrors. He didn't take the large signing bonus money or the advance money. Master P played the long game. He got his royalties, his masters, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you probably don't see all his music on, Tidal, Apple and Spotify and all that. Master P getting paid. He got ownership of his music. He had ownership of his business. Jay-Z was another dude who came in the game. They tried to say he was whack because he wanted ownership of his music. He wanted his royalties. He came into the game with a better record deal than 99.9% of rappers, Big and Pac. He came into a situation where, he came in with a business and entrepreneurship mind, him and Dame. So they was easily able to own, masters and royalties and ownership. All they needed was a major distribution deal. So Master P and Jay-Z was, way ahead of their time. But you talking about, what is that, 96, 94, 98, somewhere in there, and you still talking, 20 plus years later, and hip hop and rap artists are still going through what TLC went through. They still going through, what, New Edition went through, what Ice Cube and NWA went through. They still going through that. And ain't nothing changed. You got to ask yourself, do pop and R&B and rock and roll artists go through this? And you got a whole bunch of, clear people telling black people what's hot, what's not in hip hop. And that's the major issue right there. They own art music. You don't see them, fucking their own people over in record deals that much. You don't. They not one black person owns a major distribution. None of them. So it got to be Bad Boy or Universal with Universal, or it got to be Maybach Music with Interscope. I'm not saying those actually go together, but you got to have a major distribution, and no black person owns that. And we talking about the last black people to try to do that with James Brown and Sam Cooke. They put the money up to own their own major distribution. Sam Cooke end up dead. So yeah, the music business, it ain't what it seems. When they give you that advance money, you really should invest that into something that you can liquidate and quickly get high interest and keep its value, and take the money and it still can make money. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Kanye speaking a lot of truth. He's speaking a lot of facts. Don't get me wrong. But I really don't expect them to take Kanye out. Because Kanye ain't saying nothing that ain't already been said. Everybody already know how the record business is in the hip hop community. You know what I'm saying? Him pissing on a Grammy, that is what it is. He just losing his mind again. He got a bad publishing deal. You know what I'm saying? His publishing deal say he got to continue to make a certain amount of songs each year, damn near for the rest of his life. So it's a lot of stress right there with him. But the record business, it's best if you're an entrepreneur. It's best if you go the Dolph route. You know what I'm saying? And you be independent and drop music when you want to drop it. But everybody don't have that employee, state of mind though. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about Kanye rant. And he right about all these dudes having bad deals. You know what I'm saying? If they look at it this way, I'm gonna say this is just my word to wisdom on what's this Thursday. Look at it this way: if somebody can give you $1 million for your music up front, or your idea up front, or whatever it is, I'll give you $1 million. You know what I'm saying? How much you think they gonna make off you? I remember Crunchy Back said they, why not, why stay independent? And he was on a DJ Vlad. He was like glad because he had got shot in the face. People making funny. He said, why should I go independent when Universal or, I forget who gave a little flip $30-something million for a record deal. My thing is this: that's fine and dandy. If they can give you $30-something million for your music, you must be worth $100 million. You know what I'm saying? You must be worth $200 million. If they can sit there and say you worth $30 million up front, and that's what you worth, you must have got a really good idea. And in the long run, nobody gives $1 million, $2 million, $30 million, $100 million up front for an idea, for ownership of your music, your masters. They gonna win in the long run. You took money up front, but they gonna win in the long run. And that's God honest truth. And when he said that, he don't understand. He looking at, he got 30 whatever the million was, 20, 30 million from Jive or Universal, whoever it was, for his music. But really, that music was worth 100 million. But a lot of people don't want to do the groundwork to promote their music and tours and shows, and the label really handle that. But the label own ownership. I just seen an article where Logic said Def Jam refused to play Lil Wayne for a feature he did. And at the end of the day, when the record label got you, they sign motherfuckers to a 13 album deal, 10 album deal. They sign you in a publishing deal. They probably give you $100,000 for your publishing for the next 20, 30 years. They gonna make 100,000 times that in that time, and by the time you get your publishing back, it's going your royalties, checks gonna slow down and all that stuff. Like I said today, the rap game is a dirty game. You know what I'm saying? You best to get a lawyer before you sign a contract. If they offer you 100,000 up front, you really worth $1 million in them. And people got to understand when you hit the road and do these shows, and that's all the label gonna recoup that money. It's coming down to where they getting a percentage of artist shows now, so you don't even keep show money no more. So if you're getting 60,000 for a show money, the label probably getting 30,000. So the rap game really don't pay unless you got a business mind. You take that advance, or you stay independent and you reinvest that money in shit that you can liquidate real quick. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Check out our music entertainment playlist. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App is CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. One time for the one time we don't.